So today we're celebrating the 7-7 portal, and it's a sacred threshold of inner alignment, higher wisdom, refined choice, and spiritual recalibration. In numerology, 7 often speaks of introspection, sacred knowledge, spiritual truth, discernment, solitude, and the unseen architecture of life. When doubled as 7-7, the energy becomes a mirror. What is within is being asked to come into clearer alignment with what is being lived. So the 7-7 portal, a threshold of grace, tranquility, and higher timeline alignment. The 7-7 portal does not ask us to rush forward. It asks us to become still enough to recognize what version of ourselves is quietly waiting to be embodied. It is not a portal of force, urgency, or striving. It is a soft but precious energetic opening, inviting us to return to the inner sanctuary of truth. The old timelines may still echo, yet they no longer need to command the path ahead. We are being asked to listen beneath the noise, beneath the habit, beneath the fear, and recognize the higher current already moving through the field. The energetic tone of this portal is one of graceful refinement. Grace shows us how we can release without struggle. Tranquility teaches us how to move without becoming entangled. Higher consciousness reminds us that the next timeline is not reached through pressure, but through coherence. To embody this energy, we are invited to soften the body, steady the breath, quieten the mind, and choose from a place within that already knows peace. Let the day be simple. Let your words be gentle. Let your choices be clean. Let your energy become less scattered and more sovereign. A higher timeline is not something far away. It begins in the moment we stop bargaining with what diminishes us. It begins when we choose peace without abandoning truth. It begins when we choose love without dissolving our boundaries. It begins when we choose stillness, not as avoidance, but as a sacred command. And I've received a message from the higher levels of consciousness that I would like to read for you. Beloved ones, you are not being asked to become more than you are. You are being invited to remember the truth of what has always lived within you. The path ahead is not opening through effort alone, but through resonance. What belongs to the old field will continue to loosen. What belongs to the higher field will begin to feel quieter, clearer, steadier, and more truthful. Do not mistake tranquility for emptiness. Within the stillness, a new architecture is forming. Within the grace, a new way is being revealed. Within the softness, your strength is returning in a more sovereign form. Move gently through the threshold. Release the need to prove. Release the need to chase. Release the fear that you are behind. You are not behind. You are being refined. Let the 7-7 portal remind you that sacred alignment is not dramatic. It is often quiet, luminous, and deeply exact. One peaceful choice can alter the direction of an entire timeline. One honest breath can return you to the path of your soul. Today, choose the higher current. Choose grace. Choose tranquility. Choose the timeline where your light is not hidden, your heart is not hardened, and your spirit no longer negotiates with anything that asks you to become smaller than your truth. And so it is. And there's an affirmation we've been given, which I will read slowly. And you can follow it. You can read it aloud or in your mind's eye. I move through this sacred threshold with grace, tranquility, and trust. I release what no longer belongs to my highest path. I align with the timeline of truth, peace, sovereignty, and divine becoming. May you walk in peace. May grace be your partner. May you choose the higher timeline and release that which no longer fits with where you're going. Una kari iki kiahan I shunoi kaha ara unu sui I kiai konaha ansini ira or oko sunai kikiaha nira ara ora usun I shahai kiahan. You are a soul of light, a sovereign spirit, grace, love, peace, and tranquility. You are the heartbeat of your own emotions, the resonance of your own thoughts. Shine in the beauty of who you are. Until we meet again, Namaste.